All right, so driving out here, they absolutely butchered their last chunk, and it was plenty big enough. Oh, you are a little cloudy-eyed. Hey, welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. This is Chris. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, support the channel. It is 100% free. It is Monday afternoon. Basically, this week we're going to sit back and watch it rain, because it is literally supposed to rain every freaking day. I think today we've gotten close to a half-inch of rain. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed quick, and then I'm going to go down to the shop, and I'm going to start cleaning out that grain drill. We did buy an extra bag of clover seed, but we are hoping we can take it back because we didn't open it. All right, so first things first, we're going to start in the big box, the grain box, and I'll pull out the old little shop vac. We're going to vacuum out what we got left. And there's maybe only like 20 pounds of mix left. So we got 99% of it out, but you can definitely tell, granted we've had a lot of rain, where there's a little bit of seepage. But now what I'll do is I'll get our air hose and then start blowing everything out. There might be a couple specks of stuff in there, but the most important thing is to blow from this side of the seed cups, so that air is going up this way and blowing down this way. I'll probably do it 2 or 3 different times, going back and forth, but I'll kind of blow everything to one end and then try and blow that corner out and then blow it all back again. So I got the bulk of the seed out. The big box is cleaned out. That's pretty darn decent. The grass seed box, or the small box, that one definitely took on a little more moisture than the other stuff, up from the seed tubes. I think there's more direct access in there. So I got out what I could, what was decent, and saved that. It was pretty noticeable what was good and what wasn't. Right after I got the good seed out, my makeshift filter kind of broke on me. So I need to make a new one. And it started downpouring, like within like 2 seconds. It was, so I quick yanked everything inside. And there's another line coming, so I think that's a good spot to stop for the day. But I got the most important stuff done. Got it bagged up. Bags are all tied up. They're labeled for what they are. We actually have quite a bit of leftover seed this year, more than typical. Corn about the same. Soybeans, hard to judge. Honestly, we have soybeans left over from last year that we're not really sure what we're going to do with. But we'll call it at the end of the day. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. Tuesday afternoon, and we got to move cows. Driving out here, they absolutely butchered their last chunk, and it was plenty big enough, plenty of grass out there. But you can see how brown it is. Yes, it's windy out. You can see how brown it is out there. That's mud. Yeah, and I just drove through multiple inches of standing water, so that's awesome. We're gonna pick this line up, and then we're gonna go make a new line and get them out of the mud. that they created. It's all their fault. And then I might just take down that next line right away too, because then that way it's done, as long as I get the 4-wheeler out here. So get her going. Yeah, so this stuff, it is so wet out here, it's ridiculous. This was all nice grass. I mean, not grass, it was actually weeds, and they just chewed the ever-living heck out of it. This bank, I knew they were gonna chew that up. This here is starting to look like that first chunk I just showed you. This area up in here, I think well, it's chewed up. There's no doubt about it. I honestly don't know how or why it's like that. There's got to be just that much water in the ground, because that's actually a high point, and there's a ditch that goes down right next to it. So I honestly don't know why that got so chewed up. All right, so what are we doing here? Get them out of the mud. I kind of want to still pivot essentially around this corner. We'll move that over just a little bit. But where are we going? We got to give them enough grass. We should be okay by going straight ahead to this tree right here. It should be like right there, maybe. Yeah. We should be okay with that chunk. Hopefully. There's more rain coming, so when you're talking about getting hoof action in the ground, we're getting a lot of hoof action for rotational grazing, I guess. So this is that drain ditch that I was talking about, because that muddy spot is right there that I was just pointing out. So this actually makes an L here. So how I transition this field is I'm kind of on the top, and I have a post here. I'll actually move this one over just a bit. If this was a really wide ditch or a sharp decline, but it's not. I mean, that post right there is only, I don't know, it's 4 feet below me. So what I'll do is I'll just put one in the middle and then one on the other peak ridge, and we should be fine. So the whole way through my path, my fence line, the ditch, I understand there being water in. That's the whole point. The rest of my path that I've been walking for this line, I'd say 2/3 of it has at least like a 1/2 inch water on the field. So if you're wondering why the fields are getting chewed up, does that mean I probably should be adjusting my size, rotating them more? Probably. I'm not super concerned that it's gonna not come back. I mean, ooh, I'm walking through 6-foot reed canary grass. That's another thing that's cool about that stuff. It grows, it loves the moisture. It's just getting it cut. So I'll have to admit, this is by far the wettest this pasture has ever been. Oh, there he is. Oh, you are a little cloudy-eyed. And that is a possibility with the tall grass and stuff, but yeah, that one compared to that one. I will say too, if that's, he might have just gotten something in there too, where it's a little cloudy from that. But as far as like actual pink eye, I don't think we've had cloudy or pink eye, even a cloudy eye out on pasture in like 10 years. So I'm sure the moisture doesn't help with that either. the next time I come out and rotate, maybe I'll bring the dart gun and some meds out with me, and we'll take a look at them then. And if we got to treat him, well, guess what? I don't have to frickin' try and wrestle him, since he's probably like 100 pounds more than he was the last time I had to catch him. So now at least I don't have that worry in the back of my mind, like, okay, great, he needs to be treated, or potentially will need to be treated. How the heck are we gonna do that? Now I have my method. I think that's good enough for today. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey, what is up? It is Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, we're gonna feed these guys quick and do that, and then we'll head down to the shop. So down at the shop, we're gonna hopefully finish up the grain drill today. So like I was saying, I got all the good seed back out, but this is what it looks like. And this is basically because we got all that rain. I'll vacuum this out as best I can, and then we'll get the air hose over here and we'll blow the rest out. So I'm actually a little surprised at how jammed those things are. And another thing I noticed is, I talked about when we were planting that we got to probably do a major overhaul on this small grass box to get these things set right, because right now theoretically we're on like maybe 2, maybe 4 as a setting. You look in there, I can't see anything of the actual teeth or the gear that picks up the seed and pushes it through. It was seeding. You could tell. You could see the seed dropping out. So it wasn't like it wasn't seeding. But that stuff is packed in there pretty darn good. I don't know how it got that wet unless it just picked up moisture. I mean, when you look at it, I don't think we had a lot of super high winds, but I mean, it's not like there's a lot of space for rain to get in here. But that stuff is stuck in there, and it's just going to be easier. I'm going to have to I'll take all those little pods off. It's just going to be way easier to get them decently clean. So kind of sucks, but oh well. Now, this is kind of funny because, I mean, we just planted a couple days ago. It was Saturday. Today's Wednesday. So I just pulled the far left seed cup off. And this is a perfect example where those little bastards will get you. So that white stuff in there, that is spider nest. So just in the last couple days, they got in there and made one. So that's how quick it happens. Because that one was seeding. I mean, we watched them. It's hard to see. It was hard to see the ones in the middle, but especially the outside 4 or so, you could maybe see it a couple of times. There's a couple in the middle that you could tell were seeding. I mean, it's just hard. You can see it like the first couple inches that it comes out of the tube. Past that, then it kind of blends in with the ground. The 4 on the outsides, you could easily see because you could see the end of the tube, but you couldn't on the inside ones. So an hour later, and taking all those seed cups off, taking a welding rod and digging down in there to break it all loose. It's pretty clean. Getting a little bit late. Got some other things to do tonight, so I'm going to give it a quick rinse off because there's just garbage all over it. All right, so we got her a little bit of a bath. It's not perfect. I don't know. It's never perfect with a pressure washer, but I'll just put these on here. I want to open that up. Those are all the cotter pins for the drop. Okay, that stayed pretty clean. Oh, pretty dry anyways. And then I gave the 29 kind of a quick once over. Hey, how's it going? Thursday afternoon. getting home, getting going. Gonna feed ground, feed quick, and then I think I'm gonna go spend a little time at the shop. Oh, actually, yeah, I probably should move cows first because I think they were a tick hungry. And then I'm going to look and see how that one calf is doing with the cloudy eye. And then I texted our vet, and I'm gonna pick up some meds from her just in case I need it. I think we're gonna use Draxin on this one, and then go back out a little later if the eye, even if the eye is still a little cloudy but getting better, we'll still treat them because we don't want it coming back. So yeah, I think that's how we're gonna go. I have no idea what my dog is barking at. All right, so we made it out by the cows, and they are ready to move, but this chunk is definitely not as bad. Actually, it's pretty darn decent compared to the last two. So, and we'll pick up that line over there. There's one little spot over there that's kind of chewed up, but this is actually pretty decent considering the conditions that these guys are in with all the rain. And we do have probably anywhere from 2 to 3.5 inches coming this weekend. But I did grow half a brain. Today I wore my boots so I can just walk through this ditch on my own. But they were nice enough to eat under the fence over here, so I can kind of come and check out what's going on here. Okay, so I don't usually do this, but because this line is a little bit further away, is I'm gonna come in with the four-wheeler and just for part of this, drive the line to knock it down, just so they see it. And then it kind of looks like this. You know, just knocks down, the idea is just to knock down the grass right in front of the fence so that as they come up closer to it, they get a better visual. They can see that line better. This was a low spot, so we'll pick that up. There we go. It was a good move. And they do have plenty of mineral, so that is not an issue either. But hopefully in about a half hour, I'll be back out. We'll dart that calf. I might, because I looked at it, still got it's a tick cloudy, but it's starting to run a little bit. So let's nip that in the bud. And then I might put another dart in Barb's calf too, because her foot's still a little bit swollen. So I don't know if that's just like not totally over yet, or, you know, still getting better. But maybe we'll put another dart in her too. I got some more stuff. All right, so we just got back from darting those two calves. It was drizzling out there, so we didn't record nothing, but went really, really well. It is really nice to be able to just, you know, like I told Bethany, because she came along, that I can get within, you know, even 10 feet of pretty much every animal out there. I mean, even Joey and Deja. I can get within like 10, 15 feet of them. But even if I had like a hook, I wouldn't want to rope them. I wouldn't really necessarily want a calf catch hook. To me, that's better for really small calves, like if you're going to tag them. But, you know, I can get really close to them, and then I can get a really nice, clean shot on them, making sure I get them in the neck, which is where we want to. So we got meds in them. I got to get that, the 913 bull, got to get him in three-ish days. So probably not the next move, but probably the move after that, I'll go out and get him again. Because we use Draxin. Draxin's a little bit longer lasting antibiotic. And then we did get that heifer again. But both darts are still in them, and we didn't want to sit in the rain and wait for them. So I will look for them at the next move. They'll probably just fall out in the next... They're probably out by now anyways. Yeah, it went really, really well. I guess I could show you. But there is an option for this gun to get like a red dot sight. It is like $100. So we'll put that on the wish list. But for right now, what I did do, because there's so much black, is, and if you can see it, had a little white paint marker, and I put a little bit of paint right on the front sight. So it makes that stand out a lot nicer with the rear sights. I have that on a couple of my personal guns, so it worked out really nice on this too. And honestly, since I can get pretty decently close to them all, I don't really know. Right now, don't necessarily need the red dot sight. So, be nice, look cool, but I don't necessarily need it. But again, it went really well, and I am very happy that I got it. As I was telling Bethany on the way home, on a normal year, when they're that far out in the pasture, we wouldn't really be able to do a whole heck of a lot to them until they got back close. And by then, it's either really far gone or it's better. And the bad thing about, yes, they might get over both of what they have, but just the drawdown on their condition and all that kind of stuff just wouldn't be good for them. And is there going to be any permanent, long-lasting effects from being sick? So being able to get the meds into them early and getting them taken care of, that's the biggest reason I got it. Hey, happy Friday. And guess what? It has rained all freaking day. We probably got a good ½ inch today. So far, they're talking multiple inches throughout the day. They backed off a tick on that, which is fine. Because originally they were talking for us like 3+ inches. But they have backed off on that a little bit. So, not really a whole lot on the list for today, because I don't know how much time I have to not get wet. So we're just going to feed ground feed and see where we're at from there. So that being said, we're going to call this the end of the video. End of the week. It is Friday. I hope you guys have a great Friday. Hope you guys have a good weekend. If you got any questions, as always, leave them in the comments. Hit that thumbs up button. Support the channel. Hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for coming along.